Eh? Welcome back. We are live from Hamilton. So I was just having a small discussion with Carol. V8 supercars is a mainstream sport in Australia, so you can imagine what the Aussies thought when in 1998 two Kiwi brothers won the holy grail of V8 racing, Bathurst. 5 years later, Jimmy and Ross Stone cemented their place at the top by winning 3 drivers' champs in a row. So we can claim them as a Kiwi success story, right? Well, they've been based on the Gold Coast for 22 years now, and McKeeling went to Queensland to meet the Stone brothers from Onefiro.
Australia and V8 supercars have been good to Kiwi brothers Jimmy and Ross Stone.
Now look at this. Now this is nice. Onefiro to the Gold Coast. It seems, well, quite a natural progression really, doesn't it, Ross? Eh?
Yeah, it's not a bad place to live, I tell you.
Ross and wife Di put everything on the line to be here. After 11 years with various V8 teams, Ross and big brother Jimmy created Stone Brothers Racing in 1998.
Yeah, we've had our moments. I think we've always had to pour the money back into the team to make sure it keeps going, and we've had our wins and we've had some good times. Marcus was pretty good to us.
Ambrose, awesome in Adelaide.
Marcus Ambrose, V8 champion 2003 and 4, is credited for reviving Ford racing in Australia, and he did it in a Stone Brothers car. Ross was a happy man, and the smile got wider in 2005 when Ambrose's teammate Russell Ingall won. The team also grabbed the Constructors' title 2 years running.
Do you think you've built up a healthy respect in the V8 crowd over here?
Oh, yeah. Oh, in the V8 crowd? Oh, I suppose. I don't know, that's for others to judge, I guess. You know, we're pretty conservative on all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. In a sport that oozes testosterone, the brothers are humble. Ross does most of the talking for Jimmy, who prefers to deal with the cars.
So basically we're the only team that actually builds the whole car. So we'll start here somewhere and go round onto the car.
Jimmy Stone takes us on a tour of the many machines and computers it takes to build a V8 supercar.
You need at least $2 million a car for the season to run it, but there are teams that are spending $10 million on two cars, so it varies a lot.
$1 million cars. It's a long way from where they grew up in Onefiro, not far from Pukekohe Park Raceway.
We were country boys and you know, we always done racing, that's all we ever really done.
Hey, I went off to Europe when I finished my apprenticeship, so I obviously learnt a lot there, and then we built cars in New Zealand for years and won quite a few championships. Ross won the Gold Star, and we built cars that won quite a few touring car championships over there.
And then after a spell in the US, if we wanted to work in racing full-time, we really need to come to Australia. So
Now it's all about the engines.
Yep, now it's all about 19-year-olds.
19-year-old Shane Van Gisbergen is the new Kiwi driver on the team. Stone Brothers have taken a punt on the talented young man, but they've done that before. In 1998, Jason Bright and Stephen Richards won Bathurst 1000.
Fantastic. Our team has just worked perfectly all weekend. We did it the hard way.
The difference between the brothers and other owners is they are racing people in business. You'll seldom see other owners helping out the crew in the pits. And Van Gisbergen didn't want to be anywhere else.
They're both racers, Jimmy and Ross, and you know, they've come through it together, and there's just so much respect for them, and you know, that's great. And you know, they're one of the bigger teams in the pit lane, so yeah, it's a great place to be.
How many Kiwis you got working here?
Oh, I don't know. I think we're the first stop for all the Kiwis that want a job in racing in Australia, but I think there's 59 people.
Yeah.
And I think 34 of them are Kiwis.
Gee, you have let in a lot of waifs and strays, haven't you? Eh?
Yeah, yeah.
It's a big team, which takes up a lot of time away from the family.
Do you see much of Ross?
A bit more now than we used to. When we first arrived, I hardly ever saw him at all.
When we first started the team, there was a 7-week period there that Jimmy and I worked before 7 every morning and never left before midnight, and Di used to bring the kids down to have lunch with us or whatever is the only chance you get to see them other than having a look to see if they're asleep, you know.
So the family came to him. These days, Di does the catering for the crew at each race. And their children, Emily, Anna and Nick, all work for the team in the office, while in the workshop, Jimmy's son Matt is under the hood. And it's going to be another hectic year for them all. The cars arrived in New Zealand this week for the Hamilton 400. The team have put in over 100 hours a week to have them ready for the season. It's been a lean few years for Stone Brothers, and they want that to end in Hamilton.
Do you look forward going into Hamilton?
Yes,
or going
I do.
to the New Zealand race?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, for years, Pukekohe was close to my hometown. So, yeah, it was a great challenge. We never ever won it there. We're on the podium a few times, but never won it. So we've got to win Hamilton.
Emma Keeling with the Stone Brothers, cut by Toby Longbottom. Next up, we're going to take a break from petrol here at Heaven to look at an extraordinary collection of high fashion clothing.